we're good.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. We're on midpennbroadcasting.com, GameTimePA.com. And it's District 5 Championship action. I'm Mike Berger along with Lizzie Arbogast. And we're set to go. Sorry about that. We'll have a lot to talk about. It's 8-6, 1:28 to go here in the first quarter as the Spartans have the lead in McConnellsburg. 2 3-pointers by Jacob Bohm. And I have Lizzie with GameTimePA.com, Public Opinion. As you know, does an excellent job keeping us up to date with her tweets. And Lizzie, what do you see so far? It's kind of back and forth right now.
You know, like I said, I think both teams are playing pretty strong defense. McConnellsburg, I think, has 3 steals so far. Only has 1 bucket to show for it, though. That, 2 more would be big.
As Dylan Gordon goes to the hole and scores, and it's a tied ball game, 8-8. This is the 3rd meeting here in the 2015-2016 for both squads. And as you can see, if you're watching on Game Time PA, it's a packed house. Probably all of Fulton County is here. You probably need a shoehorn to try to get in here tonight.
A shoehorn, that's a great word.
So 8-8, 58 seconds to go. I'd like to thank our sponsors, F&M Trust, and also Fulton County Medical Center. As here we go, Owen Hawkins, the guard, 5'9" senior, and we got a push away from the basketball, and the Spartans are clapping. It'll be a turnover on the Indians. So number 2 seed McConnellsburg, number 1 seed Southern Fulton. Southern Fulton 20-5, McConnellsburg coming in 21-3. And for some, this is definitely the biggest game. You got the biggest rival. And for some, this is definitely their biggest game of their high school career. Here's a spin move by the Spartans, number 13, Quentin Miller. And then a score to increase it to 2. It's 10-8 now, McConnellsburg. And what did you see there, Lindsay, on that move?
Quentin Miller's been looking good. He missed it 6 games down the stretch, and I just think he's come back really strong to dish it out like that. That just takes awareness.
And here's Trent Ryder now, feeds it over to Carl Potter. Potter guarded by Jacob Bohm. Bohm with 2 big threes already here in the first quarter. 7 seconds to go here. And McConnellsburg with a slim lead. Here's number 30 that says, no, we're going to tie it up, Dylan Gordon. And now we'll end the first quarter here at the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown. It's the Spartans 10 and the Indians 10. We'd like to thank you here to get ready for second quarter action. Tonight's game is sponsored in part by Fulton County Medical Center for healthcare close to home. Check us out online at www.fcmcpa.org.
I like how you got those letters out.
I want to make sure I got that right. Also by F&M Trust, pay less, get more great this winter with a special offer on home equity line of credit. Learn more at fnmtrust.com, equal housing lender. So Lizzie, we have a couple seconds here before the second quarter. Just let the folks know you had a nice article there to kind of preview this game. What is some key matchups for both McConnellsburg and for Southern Fulton to try to win this? What do they have to do on both sides to win this?
Well, I think that McConnellsburg is going to have to shoot the ball really well. They're going to have to limit the rebounds that Southern Fulton is going to be able to get. Southern Fulton already has a 6-3 advantage on the boards. And I really just think that, whoever plays better defense and can turn the ball over less might just do it.
And they already have it. Both teams have a ticket to the States. Is that correct? They already punched their ticket.
Yes, they're already in.
So here is the Spartans, and that's a missed shot there by McConnellsburg's Chase Novak. Rebound to the Indians. Just getting underway here. Second quarter, 7:40. A steal by the hands of Jacob Bohm, and he's going to take it coast to coast. Finds his man, number 12. Ian Cheadle, he loses it, and it'll go back to the Indians. Southern Fulton, want to add, has won 19 straight games against the Spartans, so that's something. Eventually you would think that's going to come to the end, but Chicago Cubs haven't won a World Series in over 100 years, so things can happen.
The Capitals have never won.
There's another reason. So the Indians have the ball, 10-10 to score, close matchup, packed house here. Thanks for joining us.
Now, Southern Fulton has played on this court already this year because they played in that Mountain Cat tournament early on. So they played 2 games actually on this floor already this year.
Owen Hawkins with the ball. He's guarded by Landon Richards. 6:48 to go He's still having a hard time getting past his defender. Now feeds it over to Zachary Clark. Back up top to keep Carl Potter. It's a chance of defense here at Pitt at Johnstown. Nice place to play some basketball. Here's a nice feed in the paint, but missed by Braden Lynch. That's an easy shot you have to make.
Gotta make layups.
And rebound to the Spartans. Second quarter, 6:18 to go, 10-10. Thank you so much for joining us. Sorry about the delay, but we got it on for you now. And here's another steal. It's been some sloppy back and forth here, and we have a foul. It'll go on the Spartans. So Jacob Bohm, leading scorer for the Spartans, coming in 12.3 points a game. Chase Novak, 11.7, and it's kind of like spread the wealth on the offense. You got Landon Richards averaging over 9. Ian Cheadle at 9.8, and the Indians will inbound it.
Ian Cheadle's had two pretty good games too through their playoff run so far.
So Zachary Clark is trying to find the open Dylan Gordon. He's thinking about three. He takes one, and he drains it. Dylan Gordon drains the three-point shot.
Dylan has 7 of Southern Fulton's last points.
And the Indians are up now 13-10. Indians are the visiting team here on the court, as the Spartans are the home team. And here's a drive by Chase Novak. He feeds it outside, and it's good. It's a three-pointer. Nothing but the bomb in net for Ian Cheadle. And it's now right back a 13-13 score. That's Ian's first 3 points of tonight's contest. So back and forth. Looks like both teams like to shoot that open three when they can. And here's a drive by the Indians' number 10, Zachary Clark, partially blocked and taken away. And here comes the Spartans as they're looking at the numbers. Chase Novak, he dishes it over to Ian Cheadle. He's double teamed. Another three-point attempt by Landon Richards off the side of the rim and rebounded by the Indians.
I'm liking Zach Clark's work on the boards right now. He's got 4 rebounds already.
So Dylan Gordon trying to get something set. A lot of rush back and forth here. As a cross-court pass over to Lynch. He decided to take the three. He couldn't find anybody open. His shot almost went in. And Lizzie, you've seen 2 other contests before this. Is that a shot that he usually takes from the outside?
No, but I think that, if you're standing there for 3 seconds.
Might as well take it. You never know.
Why not? You never know. Didn't work out for him, though.
4:34 till halftime. 13-13 is our score. As Jacob Bohm, he looks a little winded as he wants to call a timeout. And while they take a timeout, I'll let you know, is your child ready for the upcoming sports season? FCMC is providing free physicals March 4th at McConnellsburg High School for the spring season. Call your AD to sign up. And also, did you coach a sport? Did you ever wonder what you should do in case of a head injury? Fulton County Medical Center provides free concussion clinics to area coaches upon request by Emergency Room Director Douglas Stern, MD. Contact Community Relations at 717-485-2875 to sign up today. Mike Berger along with Lizzie Arbogast. I'd like to thank you for joining us tonight. As can't get much bigger of a game than this. District 5 championship. Both teams.
To think this place is probably sold out. There are currently 256 people watching the live stream. So I do think all of Fulton County is in on this game right now.
And that's definitely great that when you have both teams in Fulton County in such a big game to kind of get the community together. And
yeah. I was actually texting with a different Southern Fulton coach of a different sport today, and I said, wait, are you texting me back during school hours? But then again, were they talking about school today, or were they talking about these 2 games?
They're talking about a big game, and looks like there's something going on as the officials are talking to both coaches.
Not sure what's going on here.
It looks like somebody for the Indians, and that's somebody's number 30. Dylan Gordon's going to be shooting a free throw. We'll have to find out. We'll have to find out what happened. I think it might have been some type of illegal substitution is the call. And Lizzie, a 13-13 game, you would hate to lose by 1 point because of a substitution technical.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Dylan Gordon, he's going to shoot 2 free throws, and the first one is good. And Lizzie will keep us up to date with the scoring column at halftime as Gordon will get ready for a second free throw, and he drains it. And the Indians, off one of those shaking your head type of ordeals, take a 2-point lead.
Dylan now has the last 9 Southern Fulton points.
Now the Spartans have won 8 straight games coming in tonight. And,
their last loss is probably to Southern Fulton.
You got it. So what a way to continue your winning streak is get that little medal after the game, being the champion. So we got a long way to go for that one. 4:28 to go in the second quarter. As the Indians have the basketball, Carl Potter now over to Dylan Gordon. Gordon trying to get somebody off the screen, and Carl Potter's running back and forth around the baseline. Now it's swung over to Zachary Clark, the guard. He's a senior. He finds Carl Potter. Potter now over to Braden Lynch. Lynch now takes a couple steps, takes a shot in good, and that's the kind of high percentage shots they want to see out of Lynch. And it's now a 17-13 game for the Indians. So good ball movement, nothing rushed, just doing their plays that they want to do. I'm sure they practice it all season long, and they have a 4-point lead. As Chase Novak with the ball now over to the senior Jacob Bohm. Bohm was lights out there early on. It's been quiet here.
He hasn't shot anything other than those two
three-pointers. Yep. And there's Novak. Novak trying to get Cheadle off the screen. He takes the shot. It's good. It'll be a three-pointer. And Cheadle, he's been finding the stroke. He now has 6 points, 2 3-pointers, and they're just within 1. It's now a 17-16 lead for the Indians. So now almost a steal. Recovered by Trent Ryder. He's trying to find somebody that good pass open. He'll get the contact. Will he get the shot? They're saying no. He was fouled before the shot. Carl Potter does not like that call, and you and I are both kind of shaking our heads as well.
I don't much like it either.
So it will be a foul, but not shooting. As the Spartans have 5 team fouls, the Indians have 3. So it's been an exciting first half thus far. I kind of thought it would be. Both teams probably couldn't sleep at all last night waiting for this game.
I couldn't even sleep last night.
See, that tells you. Here comes the Spartans off the steal. They look at the numbers. And over is Bohm. He's trying to find somebody. Hands it off to number 13, Quentin Miller. And Miller lays it in.
Did he make it?
And I thought I saw some cheers. Looks like he did not. It was off the side.
It was blocked.
So now the Indians have it. And here's a shot, no good, by Dylan Gordon. You have to excuse us some of our vantage points here.
You can't really see the scoreboard.
Right. And a steal attempted. It'll go out of bounds and remains Spartans basketball. Southern Fulton won both games, like we said, this year. And these teams, they know each other. I mean, they know probably everything about what their defense is, type of offense, who's hot, who's somebody they can rely on off the bench.
And not only do they know each other basketball-wise, they're friends. I mean, I know that Dylan Gordon and Chase Novak are both very good friends. I talked to Dylan Gordon's mother after the game. She said she was having a lot of McConnellsburg players over for dinner. I mean, they're friendly. They play Legion baseball together,
Yep.
you know? I mean,
Right now, friends or no friends, this is for a big game, so
not friends anymore.
You got it. 1:52 to halftime as the Indians with the slim lead. Here's Bohm. He takes a nice shot from the baseline. A little bit of a circus shot, but heck, it goes in. And they're going to call a foul with that as well. So 18-17, Spartans take the lead. Bohm there on the baseline, got contact. This kind of floated in. And now a chance for a three-point conversion. And Bohm's shot, it goes in. He claps his hands, he's pumped up. And it's now 19-17, the Spartans lead. I'd like to remind you this broadcast brought to you by Fulton County Medical Center. For healthcare close to home, check us out online at www.fcmcpa.org. Mike Berger along with Lizzie Arbogast, thank you so much for joining us. 1:37 to go to halftime, and here's a steal by the Spartans, and it hands it off to Landon Richards. His shot no good, battle for the rebound, and it goes back to the Indians. And we got a double dribble. And that's one of those close calls there, Lizzie. They're both going after the basketball.
Yeah, I just mentioned the other day when jump balls, same with jump balls. Give them a second.
Give them a second. Let them
figure it out.
Let them work it out and get the ball. I mean, sometimes the officials are a little happy with the whistle. So the Spartans up 19-17. Jacob Bohm taking the ball across the timeline. He's going to take a shot from outside. His shot is good. Had a little bit of contact. He drains it. And they extend the lead to 4. McConnellsburg leads 21-17. Good shot there by Jacob. He kind of positioned himself, get some room to shoot that up in the air and drained it. As the Indians looking a little sloppy. Here's a long shot. No good. Off the mark completely. And the rebound does go back to Zachary Clark for the Indians, and they're going to try to reset here with 45 seconds to go to halftime. 21-17. Spartans lead. Here's a shot from the outside by Zachary Clark. It's no good. And it'll go out of bounds and go back to the Spartans.
Jake Bohm is impressive. He's 4 for 4 now, plus that free throw. And with 3 steals already. He's having a very, very nice game.
And he's being very efficient. I mean, he knows he's not going to take a bad shot. He's taking good shots that he knows he's going to.
Close up that one where he's falling to his back. But
exactly. As Bohm now, he's trying to find. Now the ball is lost and turned over, and Indians will have it here with 12 seconds to go to halftime. Here's Carl Potter, and what did he do? He traveled. And some of the fans for the Indians, they were holding their arms like there was a foul, but officials disagree, and the Spartans will have it 9.9 seconds to go. Jacob Bohm looks at his coach, trying to find. He's going to take it himself down the paint, dishes it out to Landon Richards.
Blocked by Dylan Gordon got blocked.
And that will end till halftime as the McConnellsburg Spartans lead 21-17 over the Southern Fulton Indians. And we'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back to go over what happened here right after this. This is the Mid-Penn Broadcasting.com on F&M Trust Sports Network. And you're looking live. It's halftime. No bands playing, no cheerleaders dancing, but you got some nice 80s music cranking. Mike Berger along with Lizzie Arbogast. We're here at the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown. District 5 championship action, and McConnellsburg Spartans with a 21-17 lead over Southern Fulton Indians. And I can't really say by looking at the first half it's really been a dominant piece for both teams. It's been kind of back and forth, and teams are just getting hot at the right moment. There was an odd, and we're still talking about that technical, that substitution I guess, call it infraction or something that was not part of the rules. There were some free throws that were drained by the Indians, so you got to remember those 2 points. And this is a game that everybody's been talking about the last couple of days. And actually, we'll have the girls. Don't want to forget about them. District 5. We'll have that game for you. Hopefully, everything will work out great for that. Gary Klein will have that.
Asleep.
Unless you're asleep. As Gary Klein will have that call. And I believe that game starts at 2 o'clock.
It does. Starts at 2 o'clock, same place. Same link. If you're online, follow the same link. It'll be a new video. Theoretically, a new video.
So Southern Fulton, we've said it, won 19 straight games against the Spartans. And who knows, this could be a game that could change for both teams. Both teams are going to the States. We've already mentioned that. That's definitely exciting, especially if you win this game. It's all about seeding, where you're going to place as far as who you're going to play.
It's a big difference, too. I looked into it, and the winner gets the 4 seed out of District 3, which, I mean, it's probably a team that might not have that great of a record. I mean, right around 500 record, whereas the loser gets the 2nd seed out of District 7, which is the Pittsburgh area.
And just like in our local team, I mean, the Greencastle, the ladies, the Blue Devils, they had that unbelievable season. They won the division, but now they lost the game. Not tonight, I believe they won, but they lost the game in districts, and that just losing that. Yes, you did punch a ticket to the States, but that's going to affect how far, the promised land. The promised land, number one, is to get to the districts. You love to play at the Giants Center. I mean, this is definitely a treat for the boys tonight, playing at a nice big arena. During the regular season, I mean, you've done the other 2 games. It's a much smaller, no comparison type of scenario. So playing at the Giants Center, it was definitely a treat for the District 3. And then,
well, I don't know. Were you at that semifinal game?
I was not.
I've never.
I did read your tweets, though.
Oh, my gosh. It was like, I don't know how Greencastle went from playing in their stadium, their small, tiny gym, to playing in the silent Giant Center. It was silence.
Yeah.
I promise you guys. It was bad. The second half, it was much better. I do have some stats for you.
Please tell.
So leader-wise, I thought Jake was up to 12 points, but that last 3 was not a 3; it was a 2. So he's got 11 points so far, and Ian Chittle with those 2 3-pointers in the second quarter has 6. On the Southern Fulton side, it's really been mostly Dylan Gordon. He's got 9. The next up is Trent Ryder, and he didn't score in the second quarter. So he scored 5 points in the first quarter. Now, on the boards, again, we thought that this was going to be definitely a Southern Fulton advantage, and it actually hasn't been as bad as I thought. The Indians are up 10-7 on the board.
Yeah, that's not a big advantage there.
No. Shooting-wise, I do think that McConnellsburg is shooting a little bit better. They're at 8 for 18 from the field for 44% versus 6 for 16 for Southern Fulton at 37.5%. But again, I mean, like I said, they've only combined for less than 40 field goal attempts. They're both kind of taking it slow. Shots like layups inside, you have to make those kind of shots in order to win games like this, certainly.
And Lizzie, why don't you tell everybody who does not have your Twitter tag, because I tell you what, do you have, if you cannot listen to the game just to, follow you, I mean, you're very descriptive and really help everybody know what's going on. Can you tell everybody what your...
Yeah, it's just my name, at Lizzie Arbogast, LIZIARBOGAST. And I did try to, it was funny because I don't know if you saw this, but on the semifinal night, I was at Southern Fulton where they went to double overtime. The McConnellsburg fans were just sitting there waiting.
63-22 to reserve your spot for this free seminar on March 22nd. A couple minutes to go till second half action. And we got the Spartans leading 21-17 over the Southern Fulton Indians. And we'll take a quick timeout in 30 seconds. I'd like to remind you, this is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. Mike Berger back here with Lizzie Arbogast. Thank you so much for joining us. What better way to spend your Friday evening as we did. We drove, about 2 hours up here to Johnstown, Pennsylvania to cover the District 5 championship game for the boys as the Spartans have a 21-17 lead over Southern Fulton. And the Indians will have the basketball as Carl Potter has it, as they're now on the right side of the court. Quick jumper by Trent Ryder off the side of the rim. He'll go out of bounds and remain Indians basketball, and not to the likes of Jacob Boehm. He was jumping up and down saying that was touched by an Indian. So Lizzie, what's the key to get the Indians back to get to the lead or try to do something, get a drive going?
I just think, they're just going to need to calm down a little bit. They don't need to go so fast. They've now taken 2 shots in 18 seconds.
Yeah, Brandon.
If I know Kent Hunter shot, he's down there yelling patience. And again, make your layups.
Yeah, as Lynch, he did get fouled there. The sophomore, 6'5", he's a big guy. Good presence there down low, and he'll be shooting 2 free throws. First one is good. It's always nice to have a big guy that can shoot some free throws. And
and he's going to come out. I mean, he's only a sophomore, and he does not look like a sophomore.
No.
Let me tell you. If he can just get a little bit more basketball awareness, I think he could really be good.
And he drains the second one, and he cuts the lead from the Spartans to only 2 points. 21-19, just underway, second half. Thanks so much for joining us. As Boehm has the basketball, he feeds it out 3.
Thought otherwise myself.
Cheadle will call play, try to throw it inbounds. He's trying to find somebody, finds Boehm. He's in the paint, trying to get contact, and great shot. He goes over the Dylan Gordon and able to get it off the glass. And he now has 13 points.
Hasn't missed either.
And it's now a 23-19 lead for the Spartans. Defense is yelled here at University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown. Nice facility to have a championship game. And Zachary Clark trying to find yell in motion over to Potter. Potter now guarded by Boehm. Potter back over to Clark. The Indians are trying to get something going, down by 4. Here's a shot from outside Dylan Gordon. It's off the mark, and here comes the Spartans. Chase Novak, he's trying to find somebody and loses handle over trying to get the Cheadle. And now a turnover. Indians will have it. As Ryder thinks about 3, he's there in the corner now, wants to shoot one. His shot no good. Both teams getting a little cold here as Spartans will get the rebound. Cheadle has it. He's trying to find his guy down low, Quentin Miller, and quick coverage by the Indians. Some good defense, and it's going to go back to Southern Fulton. Southern Fulton beat Shanksville 64-58 in double overtime. Wow, what a game.
I got to say, that was probably the best high school basketball game I've ever covered. It was just, and the coaches describe it so well, just when you thought somebody was going to lay down, they rose back up.
Rose back up as Indians now have the ball down by 4. 6:06 to go here, third quarter. As the ball swung over to Gordon. Gordon's going to take it down baseline. His shot is good. A nice little fingertip shot from about 3 feet out. And he cuts the Spartans' lead to 2. So Dylan Gordon, the 6'4" guard. Nice move by him. As Jacob Boehm, he goes inside, triple teamed, and wants to call, looks like a kick ball. Will remain McConnellsburg basketball. So they beat Shanksville, Southern Fulton did. They took revenge on those Vikings after a big loss a couple years ago against them. As here comes Boehm, nice move around and makes the left-handed layup off the glass. Jacob Boehm extends it to 25-21 for McConnellsburg. And you're right, Lizzie. I mean, Jacob, he's a great basketball player. He has eyes on the back of his head. He's looking for nice passes, doing good shots.
What's incredible is he's a Division I soccer player. He's an athlete. I mean, you can tell the way that he has the knowledge of the game and the way that he moves, he's an athlete.
And playing soccer, you got to have stamina. You got to be able to play it. And this is a sport that up and down, and he matches that perfectly. Indians have the ball here. 25-21, they're trying to reduce the lead for the Spartans, and it's another turnover. I'll go back to McConnellsburg.
I don't know what Southern Fulton's high for turnovers is this season, but they might be pushing
pretty
it.
close.
They're at 10 already.
As Bohm now takes his time, gets past the timeline. He's going off the screen, thinks about a long three, and decides not to. Over to Landis Richards, back to Bohm. Bohm looking over at his coach.
I think that'd be even a little long for him right now.
It'd be like a Steph Curry type three. And Bohm now really taking some, trying to find somebody around the corner. And now a shot by Bohm, and drains it. What a shot by Bohm. And the lead now 27-21. He now has 17 points of the 27. Efficient on the money. He's done it all so far for the Spartans, and the Indians are having a tough time, and they want to call a timeout. They're not liking what they see there, Lizzie. So what do you think they're talking about here? Down by 6 points.
I do remember that when Southern Fulton lost to James Buchanan, Gage Piper sort of ran all over him for a while, and all you could hear was Ken Hendershot, "Do not let him shoot." I feel like he might be saying that about Jake right now.
Yeah,
Do not let him shoot. Key in on him. He is hot. Whatever he's doing is working.
I think that's a good strategy they're going to have to do. And I'd like to remind you that Fulton County Medical Center Rehab Services offer ACL prevention injury training as well as other sports-related prevention. In addition to our sport metrics training, you can improve performance, increase jumping height, and reduce injuries. For information, call Heidi Johnston at 717-485-6108. Mike Berger back here at Lizzie Arbogast with GameTimePA.com. Public opinion, 27-21 is the score, and Spartans getting a little hot at the right time, and the Indians talking it over here as, like Lizzie said, they just got to remain focused. There's still plenty of time in this game. It's low
scoring.
Low
it's
scoring.
A 6-point game right now. I mean, and it's Indians ball. You know, you make a three here and you cut it to 3. So.
And McConnellsburg, how did they get to this game? They claimed victory against Shade Tuesday night in the semifinal. Now we got both teams tonight against a packed house, University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown, and Indians still having a hard time trying to find somebody open as the big guy, Braden Lynch, he now has a bounce pass and blocked. It's intended for Owen Hawkins. His shot by Cheadle knocks it away, and here comes the Spartans, got the numbers. As Chase Novak over to Ian Cheadle, the senior. Now down low, baseline, shot no good. Is the Spartans' Sean Garlock, and let's see what the call is. It'll remain Spartans basketball. Cheadle has it under the basket, trying to find somebody open, and his shot no good by Garlock. With the offensive rebound and another three-pointer no good. This by Chase Novak, and no Jacob Bohm in that mention of that offense, and you can kind of tell their little inconsistency as the Indians will have it. 27-21, Spartans lead. 3:17 to go here, third quarter. So here's Owen Hawkins over to Lynch. Now Lynch feeds it to Trent Ryder. His shot no good, but the foul, and he'll go to the free throw line.
I see a little frustration on the faces of Southern Fulton, and it's not time to get frustrated yet.
Not at all. You still got 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
In the third quarter.
I wouldn't even be panicking if it was 3 in the fourth.
Exactly. So here's Ryder. He's going to be at the free throw line, going to paint, decides to give it back to Bohm. And Bohm says, let's just start an offensive set. Indians in their man-to-man coverage. Bohm guarded by Owen Hawkins. He loses handle, and here comes the Indians. And Trent Ryder, good defense immediately, and a steal by the Spartans. And when Ryder got that ball, Garlick was on him like glue, and that caused a turnover. And Indians once again just not controlling the basketball. Spartans will have it. Bohm looking for somebody down low and finds momentarily Chase Novak. And here's a long shot, no good for the Spartans. Landon Richards. And here comes the Indians. Trent Ryder, he's thinking about three. It's no good. Rebound by Southern Fulton. It's no good. And Lizzie, they just can't buy a bucket right now.
Yeah, they're really going to need to score something other than a free throw.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think that's the only thing I can remember. The last time they scored something was at the free throw line. As Bohm has it. And let's see what the call is. It's a 5-second. One of those violations. Angry. Can't be having that 5-second violation.
My least favorite is the 10-second.
I think my least favorite now is the substitution technical we saw.
That's true. I'm really interested. Like, what's an illegal substitution?
Yeah.
I don't even know in basketball.
We'll learn something tonight. I'm sure you'll find out after the game as Brandon Lynch, he's just holding the ball. Now, quick feed over to Dylan Gordon. He's trying to go down, and nice shot. Finally, they get some points on the board as Dylan Gordon scores. And it's now still just a three-point ball game. 27-24, Spartans lead.
You know, I think that Southern Fulton's got to be happy, too, with the fact that they aren't shooting well and are still only down by 3.
And here's Landon Richards, top of the key, gives it back to the main guy tonight. And on the scoring column, Jacob Bohm. He goes in the paint hard, dishes out to open Landon Richards. His shot no good. He's yelling for contact after that shot. He doesn't get it. And here comes the Indians off the turnover. As Clark is looking at the numbers and feeds it over top of the key to Trent Ryder. Ryder now over to Lynch. And now Clark has it as we got under a minute to go here, third quarter. Spartans with the slimmest of leads, and the way it's been going here, you would think they have a much bigger lead. As here's a shot from 10 feet out, no good by Clark. Battle for the rebound underneath, and it's going to be a foul, and it's going to be...
It's going to go on Dylan Gordon, I think.
Yeah, foul underneath. It's going to be bad. It's going to be on the Indians. And the Spartans will have it. Not a team foul situation to worry about thus far here in the second half. Just 2 fouls for McConnellsburg, 1 for the Indians.
I just found that scoreboard you've been looking at.
Well, that one's a nice one. It has all the scoring over there.
I can't see it, though, because it's right behind the basket.
You know, you would think they give us top-notch viewing for this game, but we'll do the best we can here. So Sean Michael is doing the camera work for you tonight. As the Spartans have it here. It looks like they want to try to wait for the last shot. Here's a move by Cheadle. Easy layup. We did get some contact, but no good. No contact was called. Under 10 seconds, Indians are looking at the numbers. As the fans are yelling, shoot it. Dylan Gordon has it. He's thinking long desperation three. It's good. He's pumped. He looks at his bench. He drains it. Now get your team going after a subpar third quarter. A shot, a very low percentage shot there. Guarded. Looked like it was double teamed. Dylan Gordon drains it. Man, can it get any better than this? It's now end of the third quarter. McConnellsburg Spartans 27, Southern Fulton Indians 27. And we'll take a quick pause here. This is the F&M Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. Mike Berger back here with Lizzie Arbogast. As we like to thank you. It's fourth quarter action, and what a shot there by the guy for the Indians, Dylan Gordon.
To talk about Jake Bohm a little more, he had all 6 of McConnellsburg's points in the third quarter.
And that's the thing you got to watch. If you got one guy doing all the scoring, you adjust your defense, and it may give Spartans a little bit of a challenge here in the fourth, and it's all tied up. And it really was all the Spartans there really in the third quarter, and all of a sudden, that last minute, flash of your eyes, a tie ball game. So here's the Spartans. They have it to start it off. 8 minutes to go, and see who will be District 5 champions. As Bohm has it, he feeds it over to his guy, number 4, no good. Chase Novak, and here comes the Indians. And it's Carl Potter. Throws it over to Zachary Clark. His three-pointer no good. Battle for the rebound goes to the Spartans. So it's going to get intense. I can feel it, Lizzie. Back and forth. Every call is going to matter. And speaking of a call, Blowing a whistle by the official, and we have a foul. It's on the Indians. Join your friends and family on April 9th for the Fulton County Medical Center Foundation's 13th annual dinner auction. Over 200 items will be featured in a live silent auction. Go online to www.fcmpcpa.org or call 717-485-6333. Missed shots by Chase Novak. And it's a tie game, low-scoring contest. 7 minutes ago in the contest, 27-27. So here's the Indians' Dylan Gordon. Gordon now cross over to Carl Potter. Potter over to Lynch. Lynch thinks about it, has the ball over his head. Now back top to Key, Zachary Clark. Over to Dylan Gordon. What a screen. Find the open man, and Gordon lays it in. And he'll be going to the free throw line.
This is like the Dylan Gordon versus Jake Bohm show. I mean, really, like, point-wise, I mean, even boards, assists.
And Dylan Gordon, he is pumped up. He's taking charge for his squad. And a timeout is on the floor as the Indians now lead 29-27. This broadcast brought to you by F&M Trust. We need extra funds this winter. Pay less rate, get more great with the F&M Trust Home Equity Line of Credit. It's the ideal way to make large purchases or consolidate monthly bills. For details on F&M Trust's special introductory offer, visit a community office or fnmtrustonline.com. Equal housing lender. Mike Berger along with Lizzie Arbogast, 29-27. It was really all Spartans. Not to say they had a huge lead by any stretch of imagination, but they've been leading the way here. And all of a sudden, Lizzie, that last couple minutes in the third quarter, just something switched. And the likes of Dylan Gordon, he's kind of said, let's take over this game. And man.
Well, he had 7 points after leading with 9 points in the first half. He had 7 of their 10 points in the second quarter, and obviously already has the first 2 points of this quarter.
So the Indians, they are the visiting team here. Spartans the home squad, and at the free throw line is Dylan Gordon. And Gordon will be shooting that one shot off the excellent two-pointer off the glass, and his free throw is good. And the lead now, 3 points for the Indians.
Dylan's up to 19 points so far.
So biggest game, huge. Couldn't ask for a bigger game tonight than what we're seeing here in Johnstown as the Spartans. Cheadle has it, he's double coverage. And let's see what the call is. Did it go off Cheadle or not? As both officials talk about it, and it did. And it'll go to the Indians. Good defense by Southern Fulton. And the Indians will take charge here. Up by 3, and pretty soon you're going to be talking about each possession is going to be huge as the clock keeps ticking.
I think we could have said that
Probably
when there was
tip.
32 minutes on the clock yet.
So here's Clark. Clark now way up there top of the key. Quick pass down low to Carl Potter. Potter wants to feed it over to Lynch. He loses handle and recovered by Dylan Gordon. Right place, right moment, lays it in. And their lead is extended now, 32-27. 5-point lead now for the Indians. As the Southern Fulton crowd excited here as Spartans, this is a big play for them. And nice spin move by Bohm. He finds the open guy. And it's drained. It is good by Ian Cheadle. And we were talking about it. Jacob Bohm, like a quarterback, trying to find his open receiver, and Cheadle was wide open and able to drain it. And the lead is cut to 2, 32-30. And here's Dylan Gordon. A couple passes around, and shot no good by Clark. He stepped out of bounds. And now it's back to the Spartans. 32-30. Indians with the lead. 5:17 to go. Thanks for joining us. Spartans now off the screen. Here's Cheadle. He's going into paint. Goes around a couple defenders. His shot off the glass, no good. Here comes the Indians. Big rebound by Zachary Clark. As he's been throwing the ball over to Dylan Gordon. He's been the star of the show for the Southern Fulton squad. Here's Zachary Clark. Pivot his foot, trying to find Lynch down low. Back over to Clark. His shot no good. Valve rebound goes to Cheadle and the Spartans. I got a feeling, Lizzie, this is going to go down to the final seconds. As there's a three-shot attempt, no good by Landon Richards. Kind of a rush shot there.
Slow down.
Slow it down.
That's my advice to both teams.
And Indians haven't. And one of the things I dislike is we got a call and a foul. It's going to be an offensive one by the Spartans, or excuse me, the Indians. One of the things I don't like, you have these teams that have these leads and they take 3-4 minutes off the clock, just taking their time. And,
yeah, when I say slow it down, be reasonable. Let's not hold the ball.
Yeah, we have seen teams throughout this year that does that trick. As Spartans have it. Here's a nice move, and in for number 4, Chase Novak. Swiss cheese defense there by the Indians as Novak made his move, laid it in, and it's a tied score at 32-32. Now the Indians have the ball, trying to find their man Gordon, and wave the shot, no good. Let's see what the call is. Looks like another foul. This is when it's going to get testy to see how the officials are going to call this game. They're going to call it tight and make this a free throw shooting contest. And it's going to be a 2-shot foul. And Dylan Gordon will go to the free throw line. 16.3 points a game coming in. And some big free throws. First one is missed. And here's the second free throw. It's good. So Gordon has the measly 1-point lead for the Indians.
The 1-point lead is scary in basketball.
Definitely is.
It's the worst lead, right?
And here comes the Spartans as Chase Novak looking for Cheadle. He's in the paint. Dishes it out to Landon Richards. Richards over to Jacob Boehm. Boehm has done such an excellent job tonight. Couples. He has it now. Lower left corner, and the coach wants to talk it over as the Spartans didn't know what they wanted to do there on that offensive set. And while they take a quick timeout, I'd like to remind you that this broadcast is brought to you by the Fulton County Medical Center for healthcare close to home. Check us out online at www.fcmcpa.org. And if you're thinking about retirement and collecting Social Security benefits, don't make a mistake. Attend the Fulton County Medical Foundation's free seminar on March 22nd. For more information, call 717-485-6322 for complete details. The decisions you make now can have an impact on the total amount of benefits you stand to receive over your lifetime. Call 717-485-6322 to reserve your spot for this free seminar on March 22nd. Mike Berger with Lizzie Arbogast back here at the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown. And it's one of those games where anything can happen. With 3:05 to go, Indians with a slim 1-point lead. Spartans with the basketball. And Jacob Boehm has it. He takes about 20 steps backwards and wants to reset the offense off that timeout. And it's Boehm over to Novak. Novak does a spin move, thinks about a shot over the Cheadle from way out there. It's no good. Rebound tapped away by the Indians. Not maybe a good move as Boehm has it. And we got a foul, a quick one. And it looks like it's going to be on Dylan Gordon from here. It looks like there was some contact, and that is the call.
Notice that Dylan Gordon is guarding Jake.
Yeah, and we'll talk about a matchup, too. The main guys tonight in the scoring column as Boehm has it off the inbound. Quick feed over to Landon Richards. Richards, he decides, makes a spin move outside over to Chase Novak. He loses it for a second, and it's going to go as a turnover, and the Indians will have it with a 1-point lead. Crowd pumped up for this one. Neck and neck we go. Indians will have it. No real full quarter, half-court pressure I've noticed in this game thus far. And Spartans wanted a double dribble on that. Instead, it's handed over to Lynch. Lynch now over to Gordon. Dylan Gordon with some huge shots to get the Indians to help them with the 1-point lead. And it's back over to Lynch. Lynch top to key to Ryder. Ryder feeds it over to Hawkins, and everybody wants to touch the ball in this possession, and we got a foul on the Spartans. Foul on Richards.
The good thing is this won't come down to free throws.
You're exactly right, but man, depends on the score. We'll remember about that technical. And here's another foul.
That was on Landon too, I think.
And the officials are calling a tight game right now.
Oh, it was on.
6 fouls for the Spartans, 4 for the Indians. Indians are trying to throw it inbounds. Over to Clark, and another whistle knocked out of bounds. Remain Indians basketball. 1:53 to go in the contest. 33-32, Indians lead.
This doesn't sound much like a boys basketball championship score, does it?
Not at all. As Ryder over to Gordon. Gordon guarded by Chase Novak. Here's a shot by Gordon outside, no good. Big rebound by Bohm, and guess what? He gets fouled immediately by the Indians. Looks like Zachary Clark.
.140 left.
And you gave a great remark, Lizzie, how these teams, after this game, these guys are friends. They play a lot of sports together, but for right now, 1:38 to go in this contest, and they're just doing whatever they can to try to get this District 5 championship. Another whistle. Let's see what the call is. It's an offensive one.
On Jake. That's Jake's 4th foul.
And that's a huge one. That'll be 17 fouls for the Spartans. And it might come down to free throws. And
I didn't think, when I said that, there was only 14
right.
fouls for each.
Yeah, well, it's blink of an eye. It's the way things have changed in this contest. And here's Dylan Gordon going coast to coast. He lays it in. Big shot after big shot by Dylan Gordon. Count it. He'll go to the free throw line. And it's now a 35-32 score for the Indians. And Dylan Gordon has just taken over. And his free throw is good. And it leads extended to 4. We said each possession is huge and huge. This one is big for the Spartans. They got to score.
They have to score.
1:15 to go. Here's Bohm now. Over to Chase Novak. Novak over to Bohm. He tries a 3 from the left side. No good. Rebound. Spartans goes off the leg of the Indians. And a good move there.
That was a heads-up play by Chase right there to go after that rebound.
Yeah, great move. And McConnellsburg wants to talk it over. And why not? They got to figure out a strategy here. 36-32, Indians lead. And while they take a couple seconds to talk it over, let me tell you about something. Do you coach a sport? Do you ever wonder what you should do in case of a head injury? Fulton County Medical Center provides free concussion clinics to area coaches upon request by the emergency room director, Douglas Stern. Contact him at Community Relations at 717-485-2875 to sign up today. Dr. Stern will help you out for all your free concussion clinics. 36-32, Indians lead, and Lizzie, man, down to the wire. What does the Spartans have to do? Down by 4.
Not turn the ball over.
Well, that's one good thing, you would think.
Not force a three-pointer if it's not there.
And we've seen some forced shots by the Spartans that kind of got them in this hole. And you
Whatever
mentioned
Dane Pollock is saying right now is crucial. Calm down. It's a mental thing. We've said it over and over again. McConnellsburg has this mental Southern Fulton hump. Here's where you got to get over it.
And for the Spartans, win against Shade. Southern Fulton Indians win against Shanksville. And they're here tonight to face one another. 1 minute to go. Spartans have the ball. Down by 4. And here's Bohm over to Cheadle. Swings it over to the junior Chase Novak. Cheadle has it, guarded, looking for contact. Feeds a nice pass, but the shot is missed. by Quentin Miller, and it will remain Spartans basketball as Miller was right there.
Make your layups.
And that make your layup wasn't done there. So here's Cheadle finding Bohm. Bohm over to Cheadle. He tries a three. It's good. He drains it. Cheadle drains the big shot. And it's now only a 1-point game. The Indians lead. And now the Indians want to talk it over as the head coach Kent Hendershot in his 23rd year wants to get his team calm and composed here, still up by 1. And what a good sequence of events there for the Spartans as Ian Cheadle, the senior, just took command of that shot from way outside, drained it. And man, I tell you what, and I've done at Greencastle some of those girls games, if you can hit the three, that don't matter how far down you are, you can get right back in a hurry.
And not only that too, but I do think it's a momentum thing. It's a three-pointer feels good. You know what I mean? It's like when you got a steal or a block. It's one of those things that really charges up a team.
So the timeout by the Indians, they like to figure out some strategy here. Southern Fulton's won both regular season games. And they've won a lot against McConnellsburg. In fact, they've won 19 straight against the Spartans. Will that end tonight?
Moreover, McConnellsburg has never won the District 5 Boys Basketball Championship.
So what a game this could mean. Both teams are in states, but the glory is to be representing Fulton County as District 5 champions. Indians have it 34 seconds ago. And the ball is handed over to Carl Potter. Potter now over to Dylan Gordon. Gordon's been red hot. He's been double teamed, and he's still double teamed, and he gets the foul. And the Spartans, they're smart. They know who has been scoring at will for the Indians, and Gordon's got to earn some free throws. And for Dylan Gordon, the junior, these could be the biggest free throws of his high school career as Indians are up by 1 point. And the shot is good. Took his time. Nice arc on his shot and drains it, and the lead is now 2. How big is this next one? It'll be a 3-point lead, and the shot is good, rattles in. 38-35, Indians lead. Here comes the Spartans, 22 seconds to go. Do they want to call a timeout? Looks like they're gonna go for it. Cheadle now swings it over to Chase Novak, down to 12 seconds. Cheadle has it way out there. He's guarded, he's thinking about a three, over the Bohm, and the coach says, I need to call a timeout. I don't like what I see. As it is a stress-filled room here at the University of Pittsburgh-Johnstown as the Spartans 7.5 seconds to go, down by 3, and I mean, you can kind of think what the strategy is going to be. They're going to try to find the best open shot they can, and to tie this, they're going to have to nail one from way out. Or do your best you can, get contact. But that's probably more of an opportunity to try to get that open shot from outside to tie this game.
Yeah, a lot of what I know about McConnellsburg is they look for the hot hand. Obviously, Jake Bohm has been the hot hand. Wouldn't be surprised if it ends on his shoulders.
So it all comes down to this. Indians up 38-35. Game about an hour and 11 minutes strong, and the packed house standing room only here in Johnstown. And for the Indians, another thing they don't want to do, Spartans are going to try for an open shot. You don't want to make any contact, because a nightmare would be for somebody to drain the three plus the foul. So here's Landon Richards. He's going to inbound the ball. He's looking for Bohm off the screen and finds Cheadle. He shoots the three. It is no good. And here comes Southern Fulton with the Indians, and they win tonight's game. They are the District 5 champions. They beat the McConnellsburg Spartans 38-35. And Southern Fulton wins the game, and what a game it was. As the three was no good, and looks like there was a quick foul there. So they're going to put some time back on. 3 seconds to go.
Oh,
So they say off the missed. So we're not quite done yet. And Wade Gordon's been hitting it though, as he hits another free throw, extends it to 39-35. So a late whistle by the official, still a couple seconds to go, but Gordon, he extends it to 4 points. He hits the first free throw, and now a timeout. So it looked like game was over, but if you're watching on GameTimePA.com, a lot of fans are making the exits as they know one more free throw, it's almost impossible. We only have 4 points, Lizzie. It's hard to come back with 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think, but what do? You know what I mean? As coach, you say, play till the final buzzer. That's the final buzzer.
And what everybody thought was the final buzzer, the officials did see some contact, got Gordon at the free throw line. That's what you want to do if you're the coach for the Spartans. If you miss the shot, get fouled as soon as you can. I hope there's still some time on the clock. And Gordon now is going to try his second free throw. Man, talk about some big shots by Gordon, hitting some free throws, getting some big shots at the end like this one, and the lead now extended to 5. As now down to 2-1, last shot by Chase Novak, and now I'll put the icing on the cake. This game is over. Final score here at Johnstown. The Indians win 40-35. And we'll take a quick pause, go over the scoring right after this. This is the FN Trust Sports Network on MidPennBroadcasting.com and GameTimePA.com. Mike Berger back here. Lizzie Arbogast. It's a final. It really is a final.
And now it's really a final.
Now it really is, as the officials side. We're going to call a quick foul to keep some seconds on the clock. But you know what? The way Dylan Gordon was playing for Southern Fulton Indians, it didn't matter how many seconds were left on the clock. He really took over this game. And definitely at the end there, I'd say about a minute to go in the third, something happened, something clicked, and he took command as he hit that big three to close the third, and then he kind of took his squad now to the promised land. If you're watching right now, the Indians are giving each other handshakes, and they'll be getting their medal, but also congratulations to McConnellsburg Spartans. Can't downplay how much they've done this year as well. And remember, both teams, they're not done. They're not over whatsoever, as they're both going to be playing in the States. I know Lizzie got some work to do for this post-game wrap-up, so quickly, can you give us some scoring from both squads?
Let's just talk about the Dylan Gordon show for a second. 29 of Southern Fulton's 40 points. He had 20 of Southern Fulton's second half points. 23 points they scored total. He also had 7 rebounds and a pair of steals. Jake Boehm, fine game for him. He's finished with his 17 points. He also had 3 steals. Ian Chittle had 12 points and 5 rebounds for the Spartans. Great game. Both teams can't be disappointed in their effort. But this will be a tough one for McConnellsburg to swallow.
Definitely a hard one for them, as they'll still get honored here, as if you're watching still. Got the second place here in District 5, but just a great game. I mean, everybody that you knew was going to try to get to this contest if you lived in Fulton County, and they did. I mean, there was a game before this, and they were just waiting until they had a chance to take their seats. And this is a big game for both teams, but of course somebody had to win. And tonight, the Southern Fulton Indians are victorious, 40-35 over McConnellsburg Spartans. I'd like to thank Lizzie Arbogast. Thank you so much for helping me out here. A
couple of last notes I do want to mention. Don't forget, come join us again 2 o'clock tomorrow for the girls game. Also, I know you've done your advertisings, but a huge, huge shout out to Franklin County Medical Center for making this happen. We had over 300 people watching in the fourth quarter, so without them we wouldn't have been able to cater to that crowd, so we appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely props to them. And I'd like to talk about Fulton County Medical Center. That's tonight's broadcast, like we mentioned, is brought to you by them. For healthcare close to home, check us out online at www.fcmcpa.org. Also by F&M Trust, we need extra funds this winter. Pay less rate, get more great with the F&M Trust Home Equity Line of Credit. It's the ideal way to make large purchases or consolidate monthly bills. For details on F&M Trust's special introductory offer, visit a community office or fnmtrustonline.com, equal housing lender. Tonight's game has been a production of midpenbroadcasting.com. Tonight's camera operated by Sean Michael. Thank you so much for your work. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll have coverage of the District 5 Ladies Championship, as it will be McConnellsburg taking on Southern Fulton. Yes, you had the two teams for the boys, and you'll have Southern Fulton and McConnellsburg again tomorrow in ladies action. Game starts at 2 o'clock. Gary Klein will have the play-by-play. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Once again, the final score, the Southern Fulton Indians 40, the McConnellsburg Spartans 35. My name is Mike Berger saying so long, everyone.